And here we go. And we're kind of taking the back road here, in the back road to Lyme. This is also just really a test of the whole thing, you know? Kind of see how it does. So we took the Porter to the vet. That was fun though. He did really well. Got his first rabies shot, which is nice, you know. Supported. We also got him a collar for flea and tick. Ticks are really a big problem up here. Like really a big problem. Yeah, he's good. He's nice. So he's, I gotta ask Heather. I think he's like 12 to 15 weeks old roughly. And 19.5 pounds. His paws and ears are gigantic. So he's gonna be a pretty big freaking dog. So right now I have my new tires on. The Conti Trail Attack 2. Maybe I should have done a little bit more research before I got them. I kind of thought when I got this bike that it's just way too big for trail riding. There's a lot of dirt roads where I am. And it's mostly packed dirt and gravel, but it's still pretty easy to get to them. So I thought, well, lately I've been going out there a bit more. And I noticed even with the old tires, so basically the tires on here that were stock from the bike, you know, the factory, 7,000 roughly miles on them. I think we had 330 seconds left on the tread depth, or 230 seconds, something like that. I'm nervous with them, but I took them on a couple of packed roads. They did just fine. They really had no issue at all. And then I started running the Trail Attack 2s yesterday, and obviously there's a small break-in period, so I've been kind of not cornering with them too much. I took it off road yesterday. It did okay in like the wet grass, but as soon as I hit a patch of mud, I just felt fully out of control. And traction control obviously kicked in, but it's nothing compared to how the other ones felt. So it's certainly a different. Hey, little horses. Oh, there they are. A couple of them. So if I only had this anyway, so yeah, so new tires are on. As you can see from the last video, we now have an iPhone mount. We've got my TomTom here. We've got a mount for my TomTom Bandit, which will go on here sometimes. Filming me. I don't know, some guys that ride bikes will do the film, the camera towards them and the camera at the chin with this. So it's funny, yesterday I recorded a video on my way to the auto shop to get my tires put on. I also got the brake fluid flushed because it was starting to look like maple syrup. And it was also a little bit low, so I topped it off with some Dot 4 a couple days ago to get through the week, but then I had them flush the brake fluid. It's definitely noticeable though, under heavy braking. You can feel a difference in the responsiveness. The pads are fine, they said. I also got the bike inspected, your interest safety inspection, which is headlights working, horn working, brakes work, tire pressure, just really basic stuff. Of course, it passed just fine. But on the way, I had the pack connected. So here's the deal with the Sena GoPro backpack. I saw the GoPro. I think there's a little connector hook that hooks into the GoPro. There's also a little thing in the back where it goes in. And I honestly thought that it was drawing power from that, but it turns out the Sena actually has its own battery in it, and it uses the same mini USB port as the GoPro battery pack charger that I have. It charges 2 batteries at once. So I plugged the Sena in this morning, and I realized, oh, it actually charges. I did a 20-minute video yesterday. Well, there was no audio. You could hear some bass from the connection, just from the GoPro kind of in the air. You didn't actually hear me talking. So you know what we're doing? We're recording this, but kind of half-assed, because honestly, I have no clue if this is going to turn out or not. A lot of fun in the summertime to come out here. There's a boat ramp at the very end. Not so good fishing, but if you got a friend with a boat, it can be a lot of fun to come out here. Our leaves have just started to bloom, to come back, form. Everything's pretty much still bare. It's what we call, there's mud season, which is immediately after winter time when everything just turns to crap because all the snow is melting and you just have nasty dirt roads that are almost impossible to travel on. Mud season's over. You'll notice when this road we're about to get on, it's packed dirt, a little bit more manageable. Then we have stick season, where there's no mud, there's no snow, there's also no green grass or leaves or anything pretty to look at. You're just kind of bare sticks everywhere. If you guys recognize this road, it's because I was on this road the first day I rode my bike, 5 days ago. So Thursday, Heather is now an aunt again. So she went down to southern New Hampshire and met her new niece and said hello. So I got to ride. I rode 200 miles or so on Thursday night. I got out of work at 3:30 and got home around 9 on that ride. got a little familiar. I did a lot of parking lot work. I mean, it's a very heavy bike. It's very top heavy. You know, one of the biggest things I need to work on is the, you know, parking it, managing it at slow speeds, U-turns, that kind of thing. I did a bunch of just like, I would exit the road, do a slight U-turn, kind of get back on. And I did a bunch of those, which was really helpful, I think. Just to get used to the overall build of it, quality. Nice and relaxing, except it's really windy. You guys can tell from the waves how freaking choppy it is up there. Yeah, also on Thursday, for my awesome evening ride, I woke up, it was 26 degrees outside, and I was thinking, well, the high today is going to be 77. I'm just going to put my thermals in and go for it. And I got onto my bike, and obviously I'm already committed because I'm fully in my gear. There we go. All right. That's better. That should be a little more solid. And like all these things are learning experiences, you know, like right there, like the getting used to like the GoPro's right angle, which right now is kind of a little fucked. You know, the right angle for the GoPro, getting used to how tight I need to actually turn it with the with these kind of roads like they are. How much could these tires take on these corners? I mean, I'll probably dump it a couple times. I haven't dumped it yet. I've had a couple of problems with I had a couple of issues with you know, tight turns when I first got it and kind of it being a little bit too heavy for me. I'm losing control of it. I've only ever knocked it over or dropped it once, and I was sitting down Thursday night actually. I was in Woodstock. I put the kickstand down halfway, going off the bike, it falls over. And at first I thought, well, I'm on a dirt road, maybe it just fell into the dirt. No, it was, the kickstand wasn't even down. And so that was the first time I've actually lifted it, not on purpose. I lifted it a couple times and tested it. The first time I actually lifted it not on purpose. It's heavy. I was sore the next day since that was a bit long ride, but it was a great time. So back to my point, like these kind of things, oh, jeez. Oof. These kind of things are going to be not an issue, but learning experiences. So, back to the original point, the audio might suck, the video might suck, it might be too shaky to use. So one of the things I mentioned when, Friday morning when I was vlogging on the way to work, or Thursday morning, I can't remember which one it was that the heated hand grips, man, it's one of those things. It's one of those things that, like, when someone says they're being a motorcycle with heated hand grips, and you're like, of course it does, because you are a loser. And then today you had 6 degrees, the other day it was 26, and yeah, you're wearing full gear. I'm not wearing thermals today, I'm just wearing the normal student pants. But then, you know, you're 26 degrees outside, you go into work and you're like, man, this heated hand grip is nice. It's like, oh man, where have you been all my life? And I never had a bike that didn't have it. I've never had a bike before until this one. So it's like, it's one of the things that my girlfriend, the people I talk to, always mention. Like, classic Adam, you know, you are very late finding new hobbies, and then you find them and you just basically buy the best shit and have no idea what it's like to not have ABS or traction control or heated hand grips or, you know, a GPS or a computer that shows you your actual fuel remaining your engine temperature. Like, you really should have buy like an old Triumph that's like a 250 with no bells and whistles and screw up a lot and then get the BMW. But no, you wait till you're 30 when you can afford nice things, then you do it. We're back on road again. They're out with their horses, or their horses are in the barn. One thing I haven't done yet is I haven't used a full tank of gas yet. I'm really curious if how my MPGs are. I get the feeling that they're lower than they should be. My range still says I've got, it says I'm getting 43 miles per gallon, and it's 230 mile range. I'm guessing maybe that makes sense, given how much I've ridden so far on this tank gas, but I filled it up Wednesday, I think. No, I think I filled it Wednesday, I filled it up. And I got the feeling that, like, it's already a half a tank by Saturday, but I did ride a lot on Thursday night. I don't know where to go, how there's a guy over here. If we're going straight, though, my God, this is going to suck. Oh, we're going right, okay. Oh, I used to live on Baker Hill Road. I know where we are. Oh, yeah, I know exactly where we are. I lived here. We were on Baker Hill Road for a year and 3 months. And she moved to Denver in March of 2013, I want to say. And then I moved to the house in Enfield, the lake house in Enfield, that April. And it's also one of those really important roads that, despite the fact that it's dirt, it's one of those roads the town actually had to maintain pretty well. So when we did get snowstorms, and they had to plow it every 2 hours during snowstorms, really often for a dirt road. It was one of those really critical roads that kind of gets you to Canaan. But it's also one of those ones where, you know, paving it would just cost too much money, and then you have to actually widen it too. For the Lyme, 2 years is really new. The old style building houses too, where they built the entire wall as one piece on the ground and then raised it up, which I've heard from people that even though it's not done anymore, it's now being kind of discovered that that was a really good way to build houses. So that's when you'd get like an enduro dual sport, proper dual sport. They call these dual sport bikes, but maybe the 800 dual sport, but this 1200, man, this thing just is not built for like, I mean, and I would actually need to get Nami tires if I decided to like actually take it off road to an extreme way. That house is an abomination for Lyme, though. So ugly. It's huge and ugly, and yeah, doesn't fit in here at all. I was about to pass my old house. Heather said it's, so after we moved out, the owners sold it to someone. We were in sort of a program where they were going to sell it. Ooh. Uh-oh here. Be careful here with the trail attack twos. Alright. Yeah, oh yeah, man. The bike does not like mud. I don't see my ABS light coming on. I don't know, does the ABS light come on in mud? I mean, would it come on when it activates? Anyway, they were going to sell the place. They listed on the market. They did list on the market. Here it is over here on the right. This is when I moved in, and Goomba loved that backyard. And after we moved out, they sold it. And then, I guess now 2 years later, it's back on the market again. That was our brief mud experiment. The bike did not seem very well planted, even at my low speeds. So I actually, when I first moved to this house, on Baker Hill Road. It was this hill that I had to go down when I was returning the U-Haul. So I rented a U-Haul like 2 weeks in advance. That's how I am. I have some guys from Craigslist help me move. As soon as I pick up the U-Haul, snowstorms start. And we have like 6 inches of snow on the ground. Well, I mean, like second to last day of the month, I gotta get out of the house. So around 1 p.m., I'm in a U-Haul with 2 guys who are from Jamaica. Because in the summertime, there's a lot of Jamaicans that come up to Vermont that work the farms. And then they, the fall, winter, when the hot season's over, they go back home. And 2 Jamaican guys sitting next to me in the U-Haul. And like this hill here was just covered in snow. And me growing up, driving big trucks, which I'll say that story for another video. Basically, we're just sliding. And we're like a 15 degree or 20 degree slide down the friggin' hill. And I'm doing the light braking. I end up using the emergency brake a little bit. I'm downshifting. Eventually we kind of level out here and we're able to come to a stop before the stop sign. I was certain that we were going to crash. Absolutely certain. 10 years at $40 a month. Oh, thank you. Very nice of them. Very nice of them. Yeah, it's 35 here, and there are plenty of canine cops, but usually one's on a patrol in the morning, one's on patrol at night, and then after like 8 p.m., they're home with their families. I used to love barreling through here in the Gulf Bar when the fall season weren't so bad. That's the end of this video, I think. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope anything came out. If it came out, you'll see it. If it didn't come out, you won't see it. I basically was just a loser talking to himself for 20 minutes while I drove the Lyme. Yeah, that's all for now. You guys have a great weekend. I'm going to Hill Farmstead with Heather in her car after her summer tires get put on to get some beers, going into Parker Pie for some pizza, and then, home. And have a nice, clean up your yard. Have a nice weekend, everyone. Bye.